A trip to the void. Yo, what's up? It's someone that's no one, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report was sent in by Brandon, where he took magic mushrooms. And here's the full report details. Okay, so here's a long coming shroom report from the homie Brandon. Sorry it took so damn long to finally get around to this, bro, but here we are. Same goes with anyone else that's been waiting a long ass time. I apologize, but I do promise to get to everyone's report. But this is a really trippy shroom experience. Brandon was young and fascinated with trying psychedelics, and mushrooms ended up being his way. It's a great detailed report, and one I'm sure you'll enjoy. So without further ado, let's dive right into this. It was the day of my 16th birthday, and I have been fascinated with psychedelics for the past month. I finally managed to get my hands on some shrooms. It was about 9:30 at night, and I decided to down half a bag of shrooms. Thinking back at this moment, I wish I had done more research. All I had done is watch a YouTube video on a first-time dosage for shrooms and a few shroom trip reports. I had a total of 4.5 grams, and I bought 2 to 2.5 grams of shrooms. I went to my bed and watched some YouTube. 15 minutes went by. I found nothing. 30 minutes, still nothing. Then 1 hour and 23 minutes passed. I got up and said fuck it, and downed the rest of the shrooms. 5 more minutes passed, then boom. I felt as if I was vibrating, and the whole room spun. It felt pleasant, but the spinning was annoying me because I couldn't read the subtitles of what I was watching. Minor visual distortions started to happen. The walls seemed to breathe, and the comforter on my bed started to mesmerize me. It was covered in a palm leaf pattern all over, and the leaves were twirling. I looked back at my computer and I saw a face looking back at me. I nearly jumped out of my bed. Then I realized there was a face looking back at me, and my screen had turned off. I realized that 15 more minutes had gone by, and it was my face I was looking at. My hair was shrinking, twisting, and growing. My pupils were so big that I could have been an owl. Then the dizziness got more intense, to the point where I couldn't sit up without falling. I tried to watch YouTube for the next 15 minutes and the dizziness subsided. Then I started to see things twisting in on themselves. I turned on some meditation music and pulled up a 10-hour video of beautiful scenery. This calmed me down. I started to feel as if all my why worries were gone. I watched another video. Then the shrooms started to get more intense. I felt as if I was melting into my bed. It got more and more intense. I tried to fight it and I started to panic. Looking back at this moment, I knew this is what caused me to go south so quick. I closed my eyes and saw all sorts of colors, shapes, and patterns. Then I tried to open my eyes and I couldn't. Boom! I was floating through an endless passage in space, filled with billions and billions of doors. Each of these doors was a memory I had, as if everything I felt proud about and everything I thought mattered didn't. I didn't feel scared, mad, or sad. I just felt nothing. I started to flow forwards. As I looked at the doors, I knew exactly which memory each door was. I started to hear a voice, my mother's voice. She said everything was going to be okay, and that I was safe. She said she was watching over me, and that it's fine. I was filled with emotions. My mother had died a few years ago due to cancer. I continued to float through my memories for a little longer, looking at everything I regretted, and then everything I wish I hadn't said, had not done, and hadn't thought of. Then I was somewhere else. I was watching my brother enter my room. I thought the trip ended. He was going through my backpack and pulled out a 125 milligram THC edible. He asked, "Could I have 2?" I said, "No." He said, "Really? Thank you." I said, "No, Bryce," this time in a more aggressive tone. He walked out of my room. I tried to get up, but fell right back into my bed. This happened 6 more times. Then I heard an ambulance. I saw my brother being carried out of his bed by doctors, and he looked as if he was dead. Then I thought the edibles he took killed him. In the back of my mind, I remembered the drug talk we had the week before at school. They talked about fentanyl being such a big problem in the area, and how it killed some kids. I blamed myself for his death, but then I thought I was dead too. I felt as if I had just abandoned my dad. I had just witnessed me and my brother just both die. I was filled with terror. I had completely forgotten I was tripping and felt as if this was my life. All of a sudden, all I could see was an image of an owl's head. Its whole head was made out of triangles, and it started to twist in on itself. It started to become more and more violent. Then I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was dreaming I was tripping. All I could see was blackness. I thought I was in an empty abyss of nothingness. I realized that I had been tripping. I reached over and looked at my phone. 3:46 a.m. I turned on my light. Everything looked weird. My room was shrinking and expanding, and my hands seemed to be old and wrinkly. I walked to my bathroom to look at myself in the mirror. I looked like an ogre. My face seemed to morph and change slightly, and it looked like my hair had turned into snakes. They were moving around and hissing at each other. I walked back to bed and fell asleep. However, I was a different person after this experience. I felt grateful that I was alive. Nature seemed so much more beautiful to me, and I felt as if my life was a blessing that I didn't deserve. After this experience, I became fascinated in owls for some odd reason.